the entire map is revealed. But let's me pick up all my crate first. Anyway, big treasure where I can get killed here. And because the spectating button is sometimes a bit odd, we decided that I joined as player and spectated via post-game stat, etc. Ah, oh, dang it, I lost. Okay, new map. Right.
Wait, what happened?
I have no idea. I just died. It was like I never existed before.
Oh yeah, you definitely died, yeah.
So the rule set is classic. Means you can't go for a trade monopoly victory. And there will be no double teaming. Means that neither team can attack both at the same time at one player. And once you've lost, you have to resign. Means if you have 4 to 6 wilds just hiding in your teammate's base, it's not going to be allowed. Excessive warning is also not allowed, because it would just drag on the game for a longer period of time than it really used to. Last one is not to have fun and play for the competition, but... So, as solo, we have Frank the Tank. It is the best player out of the 6. Spawning in the north. This is very standard. I mean, quote-unquote standard. A lot of late game cards. Even the 2 cover wagons. So you could go Fast Industrial into the 6 TC boom. If he doesn't get punished for that. He even has heavy fortifications. 8 infinite cheap, so he could go easily Fast Industrial. Especially since we have all the livestock on this map too. Like, this map spawns with additional sheep. Going across the lane here, across the lake and the cliffs usually. And as a team of 2, we have Red spawning as Cheesemonger and Chosen. Cheesemonger as ports, a very good team game and free-for-all map in general. A little bit more mid-game focus. Has a bit unit shipments in, not the 2 TC wagons. But all the important upgrades. The Schoon upgrade, gunpowder unit in H2, but he is missing it in H4. He also has no advanced arsenal. No, he has advanced arsenal. No wood crates whatsoever, so that was in just that he will go straight fast fortress. Into Dragoons mostly. Let's have a look at Chosen's deck. He's playing Dutch. Yeah, also as well, very eco and military upgrade focused deck. It almost looks like a treaty deck. The exception will be the bank wagon and the team spice rate. And, well, as the crates of 700,000 wood. So, another team of 3, we have first one in yellow. We have Wimpy as British. And purple we have Ironhead as USA, his very main nation. And spawning in green we have Netherlands as Russians.
I mean, I've never seen Ferdinand's play Russian, so I'm excited to see him play Russia.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Russia will play out here. So, Brit's deck, interesting that he has a covered wagon. But pretty standard usual. VC, Team Ramdustry, Twin Fin Rockets. All the upgrades for Musketeers and Cavalry. Ironhead stack. He has edge up with the... I forgot which app was it called. So here we go for the yeah, he worked off the German immigrant strat. Because you get in. For each HAP you do, you get a wagon which you can build your mills with. Or military buildings, any building really. And with this card, it's going to give you a setter wagon with each mill you have built so far and will build in future. In the max of 5. So he could send it now and he would get all of his 5 German immigrants. Otherwise, yeah, all the important cards are in. All the upgrade cards. Also, were not really often seen the upgrades for the horse artillery and horse guns. Heavy cannon and heavy yet. And horse artillery, yeah. And, oh yeah, I totally forgot about Portelan's deck. No H1 card, interesting. So, yeah, with Empire Wars you don't really essentially need H1 cards, because you have enough food that you can H up immediately to H2. And usual shipments, 13 Strelets, 5 Cossacks, 19 Strelets, 6 Obligatory Key, but Ransack is not really seen often. It increases siege chamber by 50%, so we could possibly see some exciting half siege rushes. I think Russia's the only nation that have access to both of 2 times 2 heavy cannon shipments. Also have access to the building forts. Right, so with the decks, let me pick my very important deck. I'm gonna pick team. Oh, I can't select that deck anymore. Rip. Alright, so what's everyone up to? So, Frank the Tank went for a fast fortress. And he's probably going for a fast industrial too, since he's eating his sheep, has a lot of builds on a coin. Which his deck was suggesting to. And Blue Team has such a low score. Not even Big Frank can carry? What?
Someone said that you're a noob. What do you have to say about that?
I totally agree with that. Alright, so we see the first layer of wall from the first team. They have safely access to, but they can still get punished from the middle here. Because this is still wide and open. Do we see any aggression out of any player? Answer is possibly. Only if raids from Chosen. But besides that, not much else is happening. And yes, Dragon's Attack is indeed gone for a fast industrial into the 2 covered wagons. So you will have a 6cc boom.
Wow, Frank's already age 4.
Yeah, he went for a fast industrial, and he shipped 1k coin. And he will have a very strong boom with 6 TCs. He did not build walls, so he could get punished for that pretty easily. He could have at least walled this choke here. And this choke there. So he could not get raided as easily. But he has a lot of line of sight here. But not on his entire side. He will have everything displayed there. Looking at the minimap, I don't see any aggression going on. Feels like a no rush 10.
I think Frank is going to let Cheese and Chosen and the other team of 3 fight it out, and then he's going to be the aggressor after that, because he really does not have any like chance against them. Like against, you know, both teams, but he might have a chance against just one.
6.05. This is faster than usual. Usually, factories have, what was it? 5.5 gather rate? Yeah. Interesting. He is getting more from his factories than usual. Because usually you get 7.15 coin per second instead of 7.86. But now he's walling, even with bastion wards. I probably shipped heavy fortifications. That's why his score jumped so much. Oh, finally some aggression going. Wimpy is sieging the TPs from Frank the Tank.
Yeah, that's not very good. Frank relies on his TP.
I mean, he got all very important shipments he needed. He got the industrial, he shipped his 2 clan wagons. He got both of his factories in. And I think he doesn't need really much more. He will send just eco shipment after eco shipment. Like refrigeration, Royal Mint. Then maybe... Oh, he doesn't have the church card in. Interesting that he has improved buildings then. Yeah, he's gonna turtle a lot. This is going to be a long game, I feel. With everyone turtling themselves in. I feel like we will not see any aggression until the 20-minute mark.
Or maybe slight aggression at the 20-minute mark. Not even like...
Let's not go to the south to aggression, right? Let's siege 2 TPs down. Hey, Ashana.
Oh, Ashana's in.
Ashana's here indeed. Enki, Misha, everyone is here. Vividly. So far, oh, he's even Fast Imperial. He's even Fast Imperial, dude.
I'm surprised at how much map, like, control Frank has compared to the other people.
Yeah, he has like as much map control as Chosen and Peacemonger together.
Yeah.
It's like every player, every team has the same amount of map control, I feel. Like, divided by third each.
Wait, what? That's not fair.
100 votes on Frank now, easy. Yeah. Frank will carry. It's a very fast industrial as well. At like 12 minutes it was? The other players are not punishing it whatsoever. Yeah, Frank the Tank is definitely the community favorite here.
Bro, Enki's a loser.
By the way, Enki, do you know how you can get fast improvement rate on the factories?
You can do that?
Or is it a bug or something? Because, see, this is a normal gather rate. Ah, because of the... Ah, yeah, because of the handicap. I totally forgot about that. It also affects factories. Yeah, it also counts towards every building. Okay, so Wimpy's team will have the mid map. With that, 3 out of 4 TPs. Stagecraft has been researched. Chosen increasing the map control with even more layers of walls. Chosen also reached the Imperial Age. Let's see who will be next. I would assume that we see Cheesemonger aging to 5 next. Yeah. Cheesemonger does so much better warning than Frank. It's just over. Can immediately resign right now. No cap. Best of luck, you are stepping out for a couple of hours. Alright. Thanks for stopping by. Is there a startup peace timer? Actually, there is not. They can attack whenever they want. I'm really surprised we didn't saw any aggression. Wimpy's team is probably the best team that benefits out of extending the game, because they will have twice as much eco and even more population, army population compared to all the other teams.
Yeah, I think Frank should have gotten at least a 20% handicap.
But now we see Frank dropping his first military buildings at the 70-minute mark. Speaking of which, does Cheesemonger any has? Yeah, Cheesemonger has a stable. And he's in fact going for goons. Interesting has chosen going for falconets instead of force artillery, because they are much more mobile and have more area of attack, by only costing 1 more population. Also, my game is freezing like hell. What happened there? Are we fine? Yes, we are.
RTX 3090 users be like...
Yeah, even the 3090 can handle that. What's happening? Someone is trying military units, I would assume.
Time to turn ray tracing on.
I can't. So I'm wondering how this dog will... I think they can cross this as well, right? Guard Marines. So he went for Marines and regulars. And still nothing going on, really. It is going to be a fast Imperial out of all of the players.
Just to clarify, how much handicap did Frank get?
10% he got.
Alright, and Cheese and Chosen got...
They got none.
Really?
Yeah, they decided that they don't get any handicap at all. As you can see in the factory.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit odd, but we can roll with it. Yes.
And last cost was... Ah, okay. Ah, okay, thanks. How many banks has he got? 3, 6, only 8 out of 9. So I didn't send 1 card, right? Or 3? Yeah. Oh, a lot of cannons. Oh my goodness. So we will see a fight happening very soon. Gathering the units. I think they will wait until they have all turned population out. Maybe those fuck units are just an age-up option. So he made chip like 2. He made 2. H-up, and the other Falconets were maybe an H-up bonus.
Wait, Nicius, can you go to the battlefield? Quick.
Oh, they are fighting.
Yeah. I saw that on the
I like the
minimap.
implementation of the dogs. But Cavalryns with heated shot will melt any ship here. See, 3 volleys and the ship is dead. Those weren't even Imperial Cavalryns, by the way, just H4 Cavalryns. Right, so we have Imperial, like Muscas composition at the moment. Compared to Dragoon and... But maybe I should turn the foliage a bit down. To 100%.
What does foliage do?
It increases the flora on the bottom.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's way smoother now. So everyone is H5 besides Lance. And look at this Marines. Totally tear those artillery apart. 20 governors when you have Marines, right?
Yeah, don't be deceived by the look of the unit.
Rip heavy cannons. Oh, yeah. Now everyone is H5. So do we see... Oh, yeah, we do see a fight happening. Sort of. A lot of heavy cannons from him as well. But still not upgraded to 5. Those are still H4 heavy cannons, because they don't say Imperial. If those turrets get any closer, they will totally get devastated by heavy cannons. Alright, and that's everything happening at the moment. Maybe we see Chosen contesting the map anywhere in the middle very soon.
Yeah, Chosen's bringing some kind of...
Yeah, they are positioning the units in the middle here.
Yeah.
So I would assume that they want to take the middle line. Maybe the TP line as well.
I don't think it's possible with such little units.
But with this front base here in the middle, with a bunch of stables, blockhouses, forts, outposts, it is going to be very hard to really take the middle line. Even more Marines. I feel like its most make units on the game will be Marines. I mean, they are very beefy with 380 HP, 46 attack. Oh, we do see an advancement, sort of. Very ballsy of him, going for a pure skirmisher and horse artillery composition. And Verlans did not upgrade his walls. Could be a crucial mistake. Because those Imperial horse guns will tear those walls apart. All it needs is then a little bit of cav. And all this eco well. Right here will be idled. So what will be the counter reaction towards the aggression here? Those horse guns are just completely going ham into the eco. If you ever have seen cannon raids, now you see them. Oh no, he didn't shoot. Oh, yeah. Straight going for the factories. He needs coverants. Like, 3 coverants should be enough to repair all those horse guns. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Can't give up. Oh yeah, here we have the coverants. Team Cheat's actually most likely gonna win. Possibly. I think Frank's best bet is that both of the teams drain themselves down, so Frank the tank can spam a lot of units out. What the fuck is this? It is a free-for-all tournament. Not tournament, but tournament. It's three teams. Frank the tank is solo. Then we have... It's the best player out of the game. Then we have Chosen and Cheesemonger, who are like intermediate players. And then we have a team of 3 out of Wimpy, Ironhead, and Ferdinand. Those are the weakest players out of this player pool. So that's why they are 3 players in one team. But the aggression from Chosen has been held. And only thing that I have to do is repel the cannons and Jeanette aggression from Frank the tank. He could ruin easy. I mean, they defend us really nicely. Alright, I might need to stop screen share if this continues like that, Ethan. Interesting Imperial Hussars? I don't... Oh yeah, some sharpshooters. I'm definitely getting sandwiched there. And those sharpshooters could totally get wrecked by those cannons. One volley and 6 and more dead. I was adding Custodians by himself to counter the Dragoons. Rockets sadly only still not upgraded. They are still H4. And the score on Cheesemonger is just increasing more and more as the game goes. All in on Frank, yeah. I see that Frank is the community's favorite. And the south, they are also fighting too. It very looks like that Wimpy's team will be wiped out pretty soon if this continues. I feel like Frank the Tank should actually go back to Cheesemonger's walls and try and start sieging that instead. Because once a team has been taken out, it is going to be a 1v2. Fighting twice as much army is going to be very difficult to deal with. Because killing this team here, or maybe Ironhead and Fer-de-Lance, will benefit Chosen and Cheesemonger way more than it is Frank the Tank benefiting. Actually, Chosen has now changed the pace and went towards the middle map to siege down the front base here, or the front town, should I say. Yeah, exactly, Misha. That's what I'm saying. Hazard's getting on the Imperial cannons. But at what cost? He will lose a lot of Hazards for that. But indeed, they have held. They had the aggression from both players. What is Cheesemonger up to? He is hitting more walls. Because that's how you get map control in late game. Instead of placing units in the map, you just place walls to gain map control. Cheesemonger and Chosen now getting the middle. Do we want to start answer? Yeah, it is an experimental event what we have. Chosen and Ethan planned all this. It's just experimental and for fun. And we'll see how it goes. How interesting. Russians going for Grenadiers instead of Strelets. I mean, they will try decent against those skirmishers, but with Imperial Horse Guns, they will completely melt. Some Marines joining this fight to clean up those Imperial Horse Guns. A very good flank. And Chosen has to retreat. So this middle map from Wimpy's team we'll see another day. How does it look on Frank the Tank side? They have held this as well. Very good. So now it is Chosen against Ironhead. And not much else happening on the map, as I can see. Alright, Cheesemonger will join the fight now. You'll see the lead on the middle map. Though they need a little bit more siege. Like 2 or 3 mortars would totally be enough to get a lot of more siege and siege that fort out of a safe range. Cost 40 range against 36? 26. Not gonna be enough to outrange it. Yeah, yellow cleaning up the front base from Frank the Tank. And this is the only fight happening at the moment. With a lot of horse guns. Though his horse guns are still H4. They're not upgraded. Which is having an impact. Like 156 compared to 218 is a slight difference. If you go for a mass horse guns, might as well upgrade them, which he actually did. Great. He's listening to me. We will probably see even more walls now around the TP line and the choke point here. Oh, look at this Empire Post Wagon. That's a lot. Okay, so Frank the Tank unit are still better than Wimpy's ones. Does he has the cap HP and cap attack? He does. So he only shipped 1 card and not the cavalry damage and hit points. Since British goons are actually on par with Portuguese goons in terms of stats. Only the range is the only difference they have. Which is obviously huge. But set-wise, the British goons are on par with the Portuguese ones. But actually, Frank the Tank might be in a little of trouble. He's getting attacked from Wimpy as well as from Chosen. If he doesn't add coverance really soon, those Imperial Horse Guns will get a lot of damage going. Anything else going down here? Doesn't look like it. And Cheesemonger now even having a better score than Frank the Tank, despite him having plus 10% handicap as well as sending heavy fortifications, which gives you an influx of score. This is a totally crushing fight for Chosen. If he pushes it any further, his field eagle will be a little bit of idle. But he's focusing the wrong unit though. I don't think he should gather, he should focus the walls with the cannons. Because there's already quite a little bit of gap. Why not skirm to counter Goon? That's a very good question. I think because of the Imperial Horse Guns. So he's losing on this choke point as well as on this. He's in a lot of trouble here right now. His entire front base might be gone very soon. With those Imperial howitzers, he will have a lot of siege. As you can see, the buildings are tearing apart. Though Chosen army has been cleaned up. Yeah. Very nice from Frank the Tank. Now we can surely focus on this side defending. Oh, another fight having going here. This game is lasting very long. I expected for one team to be out at this point. Some must-pet royalist. Interesting, I rarely see goons from Russia at all. I mean, the royalists are better than USA goons, I think. Ooh, huge volley. A lot of grenadiers dying. Even those royalists died to the MP horse guns. Ah, he still hasn't upgraded his heavy cannons. It's 3k res, but it's totally worth it. By the way, can we see which shipment has been sent? No, we cannot. But we can see which AW shows. Oh, interesting. He went with the Suaves. And he can make mercenaries too. With this card. Which improves mercenary hit points and attack by 25%. Which is a good synergy with the Suaves. Suave is sort of similar to the Nizam Fusiliers. But I think they are more comparable to a musketeer, which get affected by counter-infantry rifling. Too bad I can't see both fight at once. I would love to see this fight of this 1v1 happening at the moment, as well as the team clash here down there. But they really need more coverings, because those Imperial horse guns getting so much value out. They should try and always have 3 to 4 coverings in the back. From either team player. Either from the US or from Russia. Because yellow is busy fighting Frank the Tank. Plus 18 everywhere. Yeah, let's have a watch down here. He's trying to with those hussars, but they won't get the wall down in time. He is doing a nice job at having his inspiring flag close to his battlefield, which is one thing I always forget when I play Mexicans or USA. Oh, he didn't aid with the aider, which increases the line of sight of your flag. Which is usually the go-to to age up to 5 with. Because it is just so good to have more range and a further increase in stats from the inspiring flag, as well as the 10% gather rate, I think, for all resources. But now he's finally getting some coherence out. But that being said, look at this mass of Imperial horse guns. Can't wait to see the post-game stats after this game has been done. Every side has been on stalemate. Like, yellow and blue has been fighting the past 5 minutes, I feel. And it's an entire back and forth the entire time. As well as these, playing a 2v2, essentially. Without gaining or losing map control. There's essentially a 2v2 here and a 1v1 over there. The Wimpy's team is slowly pushing into Chosen's side of the map, while the Chosen still has the middle entirely for himself. Could add the last TP here to get a little bit of wood income. Does Russia has the infinite crates of wood? I wonder. He does not. So once Russia runs out of wood, it is going to be very hard to maintain Dragoon production because they cost food and wood, food and coin. I like, but prepare to cast online. I'm prepared for the worst. Good that tomorrow's Sunday, right? And I don't have to work. Wimpy's score is dropping quite significantly though. He's under 100,000 resources now. Chosen's team has actually more score than Wimpy's team. And they do not have an handicap increase as Frank the Tank does. While Frank the Tank is fighting, his score is only increasing further and further. I'm checking out if everyone has an infinite shipment. Yeah, everyone has beside of Cheesemonger. The next 5 or 10 minutes, Cheesemonger will have nothing to ship. With FFA games like that, I always try to have an infinite source. Even if it is just 300 wood or 300 coin. If you have 10 unused shipments, this could be 3,000 coin or wood. Someone buy this man a coffee. I actually still have coffee here. I still 3 cups of coffee, then I have to refill. Hopefully this game is over with then. Yeah. Red takes nearly a 200k score while fighting all day long against yellow. But I think this side is more interesting, since more players are involved. I do wonder if we see the Ramsay card ever having an impact on this match here. Because Russia is only massing Dragoons. I would love to see in fort actually. Like placing a fort right here in the middle. Going for some annoying Pitchnik raids. Just to keep the enemy team on tow. Just by being annoying and siege some walls. Either like in the middle here on the north. Oh, blue is actually in the base. Blue's getting really close to Wimpy's eco. And his rockets and culverins are still not upgrade to H5. Which is having an impact on how many shots you need for the heavy cannons, I think. I think it needs 4 instead of 3 shots, right? If they are fully upgraded like that. What much does it do? $200 damage, yeah. You do need 4 shots for that. That's why upgrade the Imperial, the Culverin to Imperial is so important. You save yourself 1 shot to kill a heavy cannon. You need even 5 shots. You're all stream for now. You're watching it. Yeah, imagine the game going for 24 hours. Also, break the tanks actually retreating, and yeah, this is. I'm curious. How do you get Imperial wagons, Empire wagons? How do you get Empire wagons with each shipment, right? Even more reason to have an infinite card in a game mode like that. Because not only does it give you just units or crates, it also gives you an Empire wagon. And those Empire wagons can actually build anything. Like stables, estates, Raxus, outposts. It makes me wonder, does if Frank the Tank has an infinite source? Yes, he has the 7th seed. Nah, I don't want to fight against you anymore. I'm just gonna build a lot of walls. I'm fed up with you. Frank needs to go and smack Cheese down. Yeah, Frank needs to do anything about Red team against Chosen and Cheesemonger. I feel his job really is to just dwindle down the numbers of the score from the enemy teams. Because once either team is out, the one who will have the hardest job defending will be Frank the Tank, because he will only have 100 pop of army out, whereas Wimpy's team will have 300 and Cheesemonger's team will have 250 because of Dutch. Those scrims are going to be deleted though from the Imperial Osmans. Oh, never mind. Those will just came out of time. How's going over there? Oh, the Imperial Cannon's still upgraded to 5. He needs to do it. There's no worship rule. Yeah, no respect indeed. I mean, we did see only... Oh, this one is still alive. We only see like 2 fishing boats, 2 warships, I think, in total. And I'm totally cleaning this up here. He's getting his... He's very smart about his Empire wagons. And look at his sheep here. Look at the amount of sheep he has here. Love it. Is it also the sheep? Instead of Age of Empires, it is Age of Sheeps. He's keeping his Empire wagons in his base until he's pushing out to either player. So he builds in a front base immediately. This is a live stream or recorded? This is live. Because we were thinking about me watching them. But watching is a bit wanky. It only works like half of the time. So we decided that I join as player. On Frank's team, that is. Resign. And obviously get all the crates. So we can watch it like that. Because sometimes when you watch it goes like out of sync. Or it just doesn't work at all. This was like the best alternative that we can come up with. Those? Do they have the same HP? Those rockets actually still have the same HP as the horse guns. They would have so much more HP if they had upgraded to H5. Oh, Iron had actually upgraded his heavy cannons to Imperial now. Love to see it. Do we see... And like this CP hasn't been taken for ages. Oh, this is actually fun. If all 3 players would fight in this spot here, that would be totally madness. Fire attack ability, yes. Will boost the HP and attack by the units by 10%. Well, it is gone now. Why is it fun though? Can't see the flag anymore. Oh, it has been replaced here. Ah, okay. $60 and who wins? Actually, quite tough. I think the team wins who will remain the last. Yeah, I know, it's obvious. Like, if Wimpy's team goes out first, then Cheesemonger will win the game. If Cheesemonger's team goes out first, then Wimpy will win the team, I feel. Because Cheesemonger is by far the highest in terms of skill rating. But there's only so much one person can do. A very good surround on heavy cannons. But for the Lance, he needs to upgrade his cannons to Imperial. Really important. And in fact, they are all going heavy cannons. Make this one another hour. Yeah, maybe. They are still fighting by then. Alright. So it is again a 2v2 here and a 1v1 over there. Next one will be probably in 30 minutes. Yeah, imagine. I can only imagine going this on for like 2 hours, 3 hours. If my PC hasn't exploded then by then. You don't really need units anymore here. Lance totally should switch towards Skrillex now. And instead of heavy cannons, he should go Imperial force guns. Because he hasn't upgraded the heavy cannons yet, and I don't think he will anytime soon. You really have to be cautious with sharpshooters like that, because like one volley and it's totally devastating them. And they don't actually trade that efficient against other skirmishers, like Cazadores and Skirmisher from the Dutch, because they have less HP and less attack compared. The only advantage they really have is the range, as well as the more multiplier against heavy infantry and range in cavalry. Against Dragoon compositions, you want to mix in regulars, not regulars, state militias. Yeah, state militias. And sharpshooters. Like, get a few sharpshooters in your back, 15 to 20, to snipe out dragoons and stuff. And have your state militias in front to tank, because they have around 300 HP if I remember correctly. And right going actually for a juicy raid. Red is doing the Russian job, being annoying right the enemy. Red late game is bad because of the wood. And yes and no. Alright, the poll won to Frank. So Frank still remains the favorite. I mean, you are right, there are only a few trees left, only in the south and in the middle here, which is highly contested. And Wimpy has lost one factory. Yeah. So maybe you are right. Going through it might not be the best choice here. What is Frank doing? Ah, he's focusing Chosen. Though I feel Frank the Tank should actually push in on this side, in the middle. Because his eco there is a lot more exposed than it is in the south side. But he needs artillery, yes. Oh, he actually upgraded his rockets finally to H5. Love it. Wimpy's score is actually quite exploding lately. His score has been the lowest 10 minutes ago. But now, he is like one of the highest. While Chosen's score has been dropped quite significantly. Part of the reason is that Dutch eco doesn't scale as good as British, Russians, and the USA eco. Because the cards you can have like eco theory, refrigeration volume only affect 60 builds compared to 99. The only card that increases the bank gather rate is an H4, and it is only 20%. So it is nowhere near as like the plus 60% gather rate from food or coin. I'm surprised that we didn't see any Spanish. Since Spanish with Unction is really scary. Because you can pretty much go for any unit. It is going to scale pretty good. Because of the 52% increase of attack, I think. Because it is multiplicative. Oh nice, Frank's attack actually added a dog and a frigate. So he has another front Rex here. Dutch deleting a lot, I guess. I mean, he's making a lot of force guns. Those are quite heavy in terms of resources. Yeah, if your micro is not on top of the artillery, those can either really help your team or can really be devastating towards your eco. Look at this guy surviving at 1 HP. This flag actually saved his life. Oh, look at this volley. Oh, I thought it would be huge. Is there any more satisfying to watch than watching units fly from the cannon volleys? Yeah, and 140 units are pumping on race. Yeah, also true. And Frank the Tank is actually having the highest score at the moment. Despite fighting all game long. And sometimes even against 2 players at once. "20 minutes ago, he got attacked by 2 sides, and it looked pretty rough for him, but he recovered quite significantly. He has the right idea, switching the Dragoons into melee mode. But I feel Hussars would be just better in this situation. Keep your Dragoons in back. And have your Hussars fighting for you. Or even at the artillery foundry, maybe even too. And look at the smart usage of the dog. He's using his frigates as stable and barracks, and his monitor, even Imperial monitor, against every building near the coastline.
Wow, I can't believe this game's been in 10 minutes.
Yeah. This will probably go on for another hour. Because it doesn't look like that either team is going to lose really pretty soon.
Where's Frank?
Who's what? I wonder if we can use the longshot ability to snipe out any factories. I think this factory might be in range. But he needs to get the wall on before. Even more howitzers. Interesting. I guess it is to siege down the stable and barracks. And during this fight, the TPS has been uncontested the entire game. Especially as Russia. You want to have the TPs, because you are so wood heavy. And wood is the on resources that is not infinite. Because you cannot gather it from your mills and estates. You only gather from your only wood source is really those factories. Since Federlands is making Imperial heavy cannons here, he has no wood income whatsoever. Means that every infrastructure he loses will have a huge impact on his economy little by little. Because the trades of your market will get more expensive with each purchase you do. And that's why on free-for-all games, instead of those 7 cap archers, I love to have 300 wood at infinite source in my deck. Since it is 30 strelets in total, in fact, that you can make out of the 300 wood. In addition to the Empire Wars wagon. Empire Wars wagon, it is Empire wagon, right? It's still of the cheap Empire here. Oh, Wimpy, your covenants are still not upgraded. It makes it just much more easier to snap them out with your dragoons. If you don't have your culverins still on H4, but like that. Look at the slow repair rate from the stock here. Give it another 10 minutes and this ship will be repaired. Oh, Chosen might be able to push into Wimpy's base. Actually, it's already in, and he possibly killed a lot of builds here. Since I don't see any builds nearby here, this builds and estates. Let's put it to military, so the map is a little bit more cleaner. I mean, not a lot of crowd as like this. Yeah, that's totally cap units.
They're not protecting the artillery very well.
Yeah, I mean it is hard against this mass of units.
They do have dragoons, which I don't think like.
Yeah, they need a little bit of more skirmishers, especially against those PP dragoons. A little less dragoons and a little bit more skirmishers and siege. Like, especially with Cheesemonger should add a little bit of siege of himself. And maybe another front base actually, like more in front from Chosen. Because look at the long reinforcement delay he has at the moment. It's a
I think Frank is inside their base.
Oh yes, you're right. Oh yeah, he used the gullies.
Wow, what a smart man.
Yeah, he used the gullies to get into the base. It is going to force a reaction, right? Has to be.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, as you can see, Chosen already pulling his units back. And one thing that most people forget, that Fort actually gets the Royal Guard upgrade for Legionarius, for Musketeers.
What happened to jailed Chosen? What?
Jailed usually wanted to host this game, but I love it. So Jailed usually wanted to host this game, but he went ill, so Chosen hosted the game.
You would call this AoE 3 DE chat the opposite of what you would want in a Twitch stream.
Alright, that's this Jailed level joke. Oh, Frank the Tank actually has a nice little front base here.
Oh my god, it's Pablo Escobar.
That's also meal production, no? I mean, it seems does not have a lot of ego behind it.
What's up, Nicius?
What's up, DK?
Gas going. Oh, this is Frank.
How you doing?
She's brought me in. Yeah, we're doing all right. I'm just
Doing
trying to,
alright, doing okay.
yeah, because like I don't want one team score to get too high, so I basically just attack whoever's got the high score.
Yeah, that's I think the best idea you can have here.
Yeah, we saw that cheeky little barracks and stable.
Yeah, those wagons are really nice because they just build stuff so quickly.
Yeah, I totally
didn't
forgot
even
that you get
notice
an Empire wagon for each shipment you send.
Yeah, and like right now I've got like 13 shipments stacked, so it's
I also like your sheep
wagons.
empire in your base.
Yeah. Did you see all my sheep going
Yeah.
back there? It's plenty of food.
You always have 30, don't you?
Sheep hoarder.
Yeah, I've got.
Does it actually stack? Like, can you have more than 30?
If I just keep sending like the infinite 8 sheep, I can just have as many as like right now I've got 53, and I've got 9 more shipments, so it really adds up.
Oh. Yeah, using them pretty smart too. Like you're stacking them up and you push in and base with a nice little front base.
Yeah, it's been working pretty well. Like I don't want to push in too far though, or then the other team will get the advantage. So it's
Yeah, it can easily be punished.
fine balance. Exactly.
How long do you think this game will go? Like another hour or two?
I think the team of 3 is gonna win. Like if I don't help the team of 2, then they're gonna lose.
I think you're in a pretty rough
Whichever team I
spot.
help.
Like,
Yeah,
I think
don't
you're-
know, once I start fighting 2 versus 1, it's gonna be bad for me.
yeah, because you have to fight twice as much population.
Have you made an alliance with Cheese and Chosen?
Well, I've been in their chat, like, so that I don't have to just sit there alone.
Oh.
But no, I keep fighting with them. Just I don't want them to get too strong. But I might do like one more attack on Wimpy's team, because I actually have to go soon. So I hate to,
Okay, so it will be then
leave in the
a
middle.
2-team clash.
Yeah. So I'll probably
I mean-
just try and do some damage to them. Call it. Where have you guys been focusing on? I haven't like seen much of Russia at all. I've kind of been focused on other areas.
I haven't seen Russia a lot too.
She said he's just making Cossacks.
Yeah, he's making Cossacks and Tatars a lot.
Okay, interesting.
And one thing I have noticed that he still has not upgraded his either cannons and culverins.
Yeah, I keep getting worried that I like missed an important upgrade with that.
Yeah, I'm always worried that I miss them too.
Yeah.
Not having upgraded culverins against Imperial heavy cannons is actually having a huge impact. Since you need 5 shots to
because
kill
of
them
this.
instead of
Oh
3.
yeah, that's huge.
And it makes them much more easy to snipe too, like just with Dragoons. And you would be
Right,
totally fine.
with less HP.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, yeah, you're gonna see my final attack here, and then I'm gonna call it.
Right, so... Yeah, it's everything happens on this side. So as you heard, Frank the Tank sadly has to go soon.
There goes Frank.
Go Frank, go!
Frank is doing really well with his attacks.
But it's okay to get or no? That's the question. I think nothing speaks against it. It wasn't in the rule set, so it should be fine for him to get. It's sad you can't type in. Yeah, I think I can't. Can you switch the channel, Ethan, shortly? Can you switch the channel and tell him it's fine to get spies? Or I do that, doesn't matter. Oh, they make a little bit of progress, actually. Maybe it seems slowly getting map control with this getting up at the boss guns. And then we still have not getting built by either player. Has the CP actually not getting
Can you hear
spawned?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I heard you on the stream, but I didn't hear you in Discord.
Yeah, because I have put the talk on, so
Oh, no wonder.
I always have that on my stream, so I don't accidentally talk to you if I want to talk to the stream, etc. And vice versa.
Let's see.
Those Tatarillos are actually quite decent from the stats. 2 less attack than Hidroido.
I think Frank's in Russia's base right now. In the...
Yeah, well,
Oh,
maybe more
wow, I
raids.
didn't see that.
I think he hasn't noticed either. He's probably worth making her.
mean-
And like, oh, I got raided. That's why.
Yeah, I saw his score going down. I was like, what?
By the way, how did I got a second shipment? I think I already had 1 shipment ready.
You pro.
Ah, because someone deleted it, maybe. Maybe someone deleted some units. Yeah, and Chosen pushing back again. It's like a constant back and forth between those teams. Whoops. Didn't mean to punch my microphone.
Yeah, the team of 3 is... This FFA is kind of turning into...
Honestly, I
PvP.
never expected to be that balanced. I thought like either Frank the Tank would be wiped out pretty early, or the team of 3 after like 30 minutes or 40. But it's actually pretty balanced overall. That being said, they get totally getting crushed by those 2 players, but
Yeah, I did. Like you said, I definitely did not think Frank would have evened out so, like, so much. Like, I thought you would only be, you know, you'd only get to a certain level and then just, you'd be gone.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time before Frank the Tank has to go, sadly. So it will be a 2v3 then. And it seems like they are not having full pop all the time. So I honestly like 50 to 60 population most of the time from each player.
Yeah. I think they're losing resources.
I want to increase the score, but not having units.
But I think Frank's resources are pretty high, considering his score.
Yeah, I mean he has 10% gather boost. At least trading his army way more efficient than any of the other players we see here.
Yeah, that's because he's a big pro.
Like, he's not deleting on his horde artillery, he is not over-investing in artillery either. And he has a solid composition of goons and skirmishers. Enough goons to repel any pass switch, and enough cazadors to snipe any dragoons trying to snipe the Imperial horseguns. And because none of the players is going for culverins, those Imperial horseguns will have a very good kill death ratio.
So there goes the horse guns, and
Not all, only 2. Just that are good, sniping them off quite easily. And those will see another day. Like, just one volley here is just 400 resources and more. And those costed only 600 resources each. Will it show has been actually I think yes it will, but I will only see the post-game stats after this is done, because I don't know if I will get the stats bug. You know, when you have the bug, when you go to post-game stats, then tap out of it and have the annoying grab on the screen all the time. So it would show it, but I do not want to risk.
will it show everyone's unspent in the stat page now? Says Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, but the reason I don't want to go into the post-game stats is there is a bug which causes them for me to have the graph, you know, when you have all the villagers, etc. The post-game graph. All game long on the screen. That's why I don't want to risk it. I'm also really curious about Green's villager curve, because he doesn't seem to have many villagers.
I mean, Frank just ate them all, so
For breakfast.
yeah.
Alright, so Frank the Tank will be out now. Okay, so it will be a 2v3 right now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty balanced as well. Cheese has the economical advantage over everyone else.
If they can readjust themselves, yeah. They overall need more artillery and less of unit mass. Especially culverins. because those Imperial Horse guns got a very, very good trades-off, even though his positioning wasn't always great. And Wimpy's team has spies, so they know what is coming and when it's coming.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas Cheesemonger will not have, because it is way more expensive for Cheesemonger than it is for Wimpy. Oh, exclusive house. I would love to see 3 additional layers of walls in this south of the map here. Just to deny any annoying incoming raids from G-Nets and cavalry. It is only 200 wood, which will deny any raids coming from the south.
Trapped in the edge of the map.
I feel like Cheesemonger will have more will kills than he has army kills. That is the game. Just because he's raiding all day long.
Yeah.
Nice, Juicy Wally.
Oh, and there goes the artillery.
Yep, just like that. Because there's not enough units out from blue. From teal, I mean. Because his front base is a lot behind. He should just make 2 stables in front of here and 1 or 2 rectors again here. It would cut half the movement speed and the reinforcements delay by like half.
Yeah, and
Because-
also an artillery foundry too.
Yeah, because every single unit from Dutch is 20% slower than usual. 20 or 10%, I forgot how much copy trade it was. Oh no, it was 10%. The skirmishers will have usual poor movement speed because he went for that one arsenal. But dragoons, as you can see, 6.52 compared to 7.25. Like, he
Yeah.
will not be able to catch any cavalry.
Yeah, pretty sad. Kind of relies on cheese. If he want to put his artillery in the front, he kind of relies on cheese to protect them. Unless he like makes a wall.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems like he actually managed to make a wall there, but now the raids continue from Peacemonger.
I think next time we do this, we might have to give some of them a little bit more handicap, because if we want the game to last shorter, I guess, maybe we need to have a little bit more handicap. Well, at least the early game.
He did the church upgrade. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. That he went for the church upgrade, for the copy trade, which increases the movement speed out of all military by 10%. But it nullifies it because the advanced arsenal has the ability, not the ability, but the technology to give plus 10% movement speed to all land infantry. That's why his skirms are for movement speed. So how long do you think this will go?
I think it could last another hour.
Right. Another hour discussing.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the if you look at how even it is and like how they never really like went through people's walls and stuff, I don't think it'll be lasting.
I mean, Wimpy's team is slowly gaining map control. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, but slowly, but also slowly, the other team is also fighting back.
Also, look at the north. Use your bridge, Nikki.
Oh my god. The siege time is almost as fast as regular artillery.
Yeah, maybe even faster. Like 2 volleys, right? Yeah, 2 volleys.
Yeah, that's insane. Cheese has to do something.
Yeah, he has to just delete your dragoons.
Does he have walls around his factory?
And he does not.
Oh no.
I think he hasn't scouted it yet.
It's really bad.
This map is very crowded with dots, etc. All-screen dots should be easy to miss. So if his factory is in Eco-Guston, this might be over. Or at least give a devastating blow towards his economy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't
Not
noticed.
good. Oh no. He's gonna go straight for the factory.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
A very good.
He's gonna one-tap the
good.
factories. One volley there,
Yeah.
and one volley over here. Down.
It is GG.
Next volley.
Cheese doesn't even know yet.
Nah, he does not. He's still focusing on the main fight.
Oh no.
Because you can easily miss stuff like that when you are like completely focused. Now you noticed. Yeah, now he's putting his stuff back. But when he comes here, all the factories are down already.
Oh no. That's...
Yeah, and Chosen resigned.